How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Today we have to talk about bankruptcy. We have Voyager announcing bankruptcy here today, and it seems like every single company, almost every single company in crypto, has been really negatively affected over the last month or two, especially from Three Arrows Capital, from Luna, from Celsius. There's so much contagion out there that's just kind of like knocking down dominoes. I want to talk to you today, though, about Voyager and what this means. I also want to talk to you about where you can actually put your crypto that might be kind of safe. So if you don't mind hitting the like button and subscribe button, I appreciate that. Let's take a look at the crypto market. Bitcoin is above 20,000. Nice to see. Not like we haven't been here over the last couple weeks, but I would rather have it over 20 than under 20. Assuming we do go back bullish, we need to get above about 22,500, which is where the 200-week moving average is. So obviously, if we're closer to 20,000, that's way better than 18 or so when we're testing the lows. Now, we do have some news from Voyager. Like I said today, they are really trying to maximize value for shareholders or stakeholders. That's what they're saying. So they file voluntary petitions for Chapter 11 protection. So they're filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. They have approximately $1.3 billion worth of crypto assets on the platform. So think about that, right? $1.3 billion worth of crypto that's unable to be removed at this point because they started to, well, they always limited withdrawals. I believe the max was 25,000, then they lowered it to 10,000. So a lot of people couldn't get all their crypto out. And they still have $1.3 billion worth of people's assets that are not coming off the platform. And they have more than 350 million of cash held in the FBO account for customers at a bank, and claims against Three Arrows Capital of more than 650 million, which it doesn't seem like anyone is really going to get anything from Three Arrows Capital. So they decided to go through with this process. This is a little bit sudden as well. We saw that they were probably going to have issues a couple weeks ago. That's why I started to withdraw off the platform quite heavily, because of the fact that we could see that they had exposure to Three Arrows Capital and they didn't have any kind of collateral, which was what I said at the time, a very stupid decision. Now, from there, we didn't have too much time, just a few weeks before they started to freeze withdrawals, because that happened just last Friday, I believe it was. And then today, they're filing for bankruptcy with a holiday on Monday. So there was not much time to get your crypto out or your money out. And they had talked about how this was how it was FDIC insured for the cash. But now I've heard rumblings that that's just for cash at the Metropolitan Commercial Bank, not necessarily for your cash. So that is for if Metropolitan Commercial Bank goes down, not if Voyager goes down. Now, that's just what I've heard through the grapevine. I'm not sure if that's completely correct. I'll be honest, I'm not a lawyer, so it's kind of difficult at this point, but they want to do this now. They're saying to do this to protect assets on the platform and maximize value for the stakeholders, including customers. What they plan on doing is, upon court approval, customers with crypto in their accounts will receive in exchange a combination of their crypto in their accounts, proceeds from the Three Arrows recovery, and common shares in the newly reorganized company, and Voyager tokens. So let's just go through these for a second. They're going to get a portion of their crypto in their accounts. They don't say what that is. It could be a couple percent. It could be something like 5 or 10%. I think that's what we got from Luna when they sold those new tokens or gave out those new tokens. It was worth about 5 or 10% of what you lost. Maybe just a few percent. It's hard to remember now. Luna was months ago now, but then they also talk about proceeds from the Three Arrows recovery. Probably nothing. We've seen them just pay a couple dollars at a time to people that they owe money to. Common shares in the newly reorganized company, which I wouldn't think would be valued too much. Their shares now are worth very little. Now, maybe they can get rid of some debt, and then they can eventually have that cash on the balance sheet. They can have their clients, and maybe they're worth more actually than they are now. But right now, they're not worth very much. And they're going to get Voyager tokens, which I wouldn't think would hold up in value too much. I think most people would just want to sell them out, especially if they're getting a significant amount of tokens. Like if you have $1 million in here and then they pay you 5% in Voyager tokens, it's going to lead to a lot of selling pressure. The plan contemplates an opportunity for customers to elect the proportion of common equity and crypto they will receive, subject to certain maximum thresholds. So maybe you can actually decide, hey, I don't want any of your shares. I just want my crypto back. Now, this is still in process, right? We don't know exactly what's going to happen here, but it's just a crappy situation for everyone. And it happened so quickly. Some people literally were not able to withdraw. And I think that's where we have to be careful now moving on and know that any kind of yield is going to carry risk. So just consider that. Now, moving on, Celsius, Bitcoin's liquidation price is now $2,722. And it was once 20,000 just a few weeks ago. So they must be finding some ways to raise capital. Now, maybe they're working with FTX. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe they're working with other hedge funds or something like that. But this is pretty much a price where they won't get liquidated unless you think Bitcoin's going down to zero. So we won't have a liquidation of 22,000 Bitcoin. So that is very good news. Now, I think this has just been a really good reminder, and this is something that I've been talking about for a few weeks, to take your money off of exchanges, or your crypto off of exchanges that offer yield. Now, I'll say that with one caveat. I am still looking at different projects that offer it just because I want to try them out. Some companies want to work with me, and the ones that make it through this kind of really difficult time will probably do really well, especially in the next bull run. So I don't want to just close myself off to not even thinking about them, but I'm not putting any kind of significant portion of my crypto on them by any means. And then also, if you can put your money on Binance or FTX, I think those are the safest exchanges right now. Maybe Nexo. I don't know much about Nexo, but they're also offering different companies a lifeline, but they're definitely a tier or two down from the safety of FTX and Binance, in my opinion. And then if you want to be extra safe, you can put your crypto on something like a Ledger. I am working with Ledger. There's a link underneath the video. I am still working on something because I'm having a little bit of an issue trying to get some of my assets on the Ledger. I'm still going back and forth with them, but hopefully I can get that done and I can fully endorse it moving forward. There is a link to it underneath the video though. Ledger and Treasure are really the two best cold storage wallets. Now just be very careful. It's kind of a nerve-wracking thing moving significant amounts of crypto, just because you have to be very careful. There can't be one digit off. Just know that. I have the majority of my crypto on FTX and Binance, but I am looking to move off a significant portion onto Ledger after I can get this figured out. Now, if you're still watching, I really do appreciate it. It helps out the channel a lot. I do have a wedding in a few days too. I'm going to make a video on that. So let me know your thoughts on that underneath the video if you don't mind. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.